Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be looking at something absolutely wild that happened recently. Imagine you're standing in a huge crowd, looking up at the sky, expecting a massive, thrilling display of aviation, and then suddenly you witness a catastrophic mid-air collision. It's the stuff of nightmares, right? Well, today we are breaking down that incredibly heart-stopping incident at the Gunfighter Skies Air Show.
To really grasp the sheer shock of this event, we kind of have to set the scene first. Picture this. It's a gorgeous Sunday at the Mountain Home Air Force Base over in Idaho. The Gunfighter Skies Air Show is in full swing. This whole event is designed as a massive celebration, right? A real showcase of both rich aviation history and some of the most cutting-edge modern military capabilities we have. Families are gathered, everyone's looking up, expecting to see these incredible flying demonstrations. It was supposed to be just a picture-perfect, festive weekend celebrating flight.
Okay, let's dive into this timeline, because things escalated incredibly fast and completely shattered that weekend calm. We start with the air show going exactly as planned. The crowd is totally captivated. Then out of nowhere, two planes tangle in midair. Within seconds, these massive jets are just plummeting toward the ground. And immediately after that, the entire military base goes into absolute lockdown. It literally went from a joyous public celebration to a terrifying emergency in the blink of an eye.
Section 1. Collision at the Air Show.
So the stark reality of that exact moment was actually caught on camera by an eyewitness named Shane Ogden. And his video shows the terrifying second these two planes became physically tangled together right up there in the sky. You can almost hear the collective gasp from the crowd on the ground. The footage clearly shows the aircraft making physical contact, instantly losing all control, and then beginning this deeply terrifying, uncontrolled plummet toward the Earth. You know, it's exactly the kind of scenario you pray you never, ever see at an air show.
But then, looking up at that chaotic sky, exactly four parachutes opened up against the clouds. And that, right there, was the precise moment the absolute horror of an impending fatal crash turned into just an unbelievable, miraculous story of survival.
Section 2. The safe escape. That massive wave of relief felt by the crowd was actually confirmed by the military just a little bit later. Commander Amelia Umayama, who's the spokesperson for Naval Air Force's U.S. Pacific Fleet, stated directly, all four aircrews safely ejected from the U.S. Navy EA-18G jets. Honestly, against all odds, right in the middle of a catastrophic mid-air collision, every single crew member was able to pull those handles, actuate their ejection seats, and make it out of those cockpits alive. Section 3. The EA-18 Growler.
Now what's really interesting about this slide is the specific aircraft involved. The EA-18G Growler isn't just your standard plane. It's a highly specialized U.S. Navy electronic warfare jet. So instead of just dropping bombs, it's actually designed to jam enemy radar and communications. These specific planes were assigned to Electronic Attack Squadron 129, and they had flown in all the way from Whidbey Island, Washington, specifically to be part of this show. We're talking about some seriously complex, cutting-edge pieces of military technology here. And the cost of losing just one of these electronic warfare marvels? Try $67 million. Yeah, you heard that right. According to the U.S. Navy, that's the approximate per-unit cost of a single EA-18G Growler. And remember, two of these highly advanced jets collided and plummeted to the ground. When you do the math, that is an immense, almost staggering material loss happening in just a matter of seconds.
This really brilliantly illustrates the sheer contrast of that Sunday afternoon. On one hand, we have the absolute best-case scenario when a disaster like this strikes: 0 casualties. 4 crew members safely ejected and survived to tell the tale. But then on the other hand, you have the staggering material reality of the situation: complete hardware loss, 2 multi-million-dollar jets completely destroyed. It's just a profound juxtaposition, isn't it? Incredible human survival stacked right up against massive material destruction.
Section 4. Immediate aftermath.
Afterward, the 366th Fighter Wing Public Affairs Office outlined a very rapid, perfectly by-the-book response. So the crucial takeaway here is how quickly protocol takes over to ensure everyone's safety. First things first, the entire Mountain Home Air Force Base was locked down. Next, emergency responders were instantly deployed to the scene, and the crash area itself was heavily secured. An official investigation was immediately launched to piece together exactly how this could have happened, and, totally understandably, base officials canceled the entire remainder of the Sunday show. And to really grasp the scale and the prominence of what was canceled, consider this for a second. The Thunderbirds, the U.S. Air Force's premier flight demonstration squadron, they were actually scheduled to headline the show both days. This wasn't just some small local exhibition. This was a major military showcase drawing massive crowds. And that makes the sudden cancellation and the full base lockdown incredibly significant.
Which leaves us with something incredibly important to chew on today. When we're showcasing modern military capabilities for public entertainment, how do we actually balance the celebration of aviation history with the inherent, frankly staggering risks? It's an absolute miracle that 4 human lives were saved on Sunday, but the dramatic loss of those jets? Well, that's a stark, powerful reminder of the extreme danger involved in these maneuvers. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helped map out exactly what happened up there, and I will see you in the next one.